Last time we went GNCC racing, it was showtime in Missouri. It was muddy, it was tough, and Juha Salminen had his work cut out for him with the pressure being applied by the Yamaha boys of Mullins and Hawk. But problems on the last lap struck the Yamaha boys down, and Juha survived one more time. Can he do it again?
Hello and welcome to Racer TV. I'm Rachel Ayers.
And I'm Rodney Smith, 5-time GNCC champion.
And we're here at the John Penton GNCC, named after legendary John Penton of KTM. We're marking the halfway point of the series here, but we're just starting to see some good racing, Rodney.
Yes, Rachel, we have, but unfortunately the last couple of races have been muddy, and I don't know if that's leveled the playing grounds or not. We'll have to wait and see.
We have rain looming in the air here today. Do you think it's going to hold off? What's your weather prediction?
Well, I think it's going to hold off, and if so, I'm waiting to see if Juha can pull out a big lead and win pretty easy like he has been, or if the rain starts, we'll see if Barry Hawk and Charlie Mullins and even Glenn Carney can keep up with them in the mud like they've been doing the last couple of races.
Well, we've seen great racing so far. I'm sure today won't be any different. Let's head on to Jason and get a better look at the track.
Well, thanks a lot, Rachel and Rodney. Jason Wygant down here for the start of the Wiseco John Penton GNCC. Whenever we come racing here in southeastern Ohio, it's all about the soil, or actually the clay. It's not really soil, it's clay. It's like Play-Doh. I can't even dig a hole of it with my hands. You can't get a hold of it, and that means it's very slippery on the tires. It doesn't chunk up. If it rains, it's going to get very, very slippery. So far, the weather's been good, but you never know in GNCC. We got bright, sunny skies right now, but we race for 3 hours, and it's springtime. It could rain at any moment, and this track is going to get really, really slick. Let's go check out the track through the Scott USA helmet cam. Sort of looks through the eyes of the goggle lenses, and here it is. You see how muddy it is right now. It's actually pretty slippery. This was from earlier the weekend. The track has been drying out, and by the time we get our pros out there, it probably won't be too bad, providing it doesn't rain. Now the track is actually pretty tight as well. It's about ATV width, which means you can barely fit 2 bikes on it. If you get really aggressive, you can make passes. These guys are the best in the world at what they do, and they will be able to make passes despite the track being that tight. The guy they're trying to pass is Juha Salminen, undefeated so far this year. He's the defending series champ. We thought he was going for the perfect season, but Barry Hawk has been putting the pressure on him lately, and now we'll see how long Juha's win streak can last. Charlie Mullins is an Ohio native. He is the super rookie. His first win is right around the corner. It could happen today. And Glenn Carney cannot be counted out. The Australian for the FMF Suzuki team has been very strong and consistent all year. He too is looking for his first career GNCC win. It could happen today. We are off and racing the Wiseco John Penton GNCC. Barry Hawk grabs the Racer X hole shot, getting the inside line on the motocross track. But look at that, Juha immediately jumping by. As a supercross type section there and a couple of jumps, a rhythm section, and Juha immediately takes the lead, and that's where he wants to be. He doesn't like to follow, he wants to be out front. Let's review the start. Hawk lined up inside of Juha, and that made all the difference. Now Salminen actually had the first choice of starting positions, but he obviously didn't pick the very best spot because the whole shot goes to Hawk and a couple $100 extra bucks in his pocket, courtesy of Racer X Illustrated. Into the woods, though, it is Juha Salminen of 1 mile in now, and he is already doing what he does best, and that is pouring it on early. He sprints so hard early in these races. We see it's Hawk, there's Jimmy Jarrett, and Robbie Jenks right there behind him, and Mullins as well. Into the field, we're working our way toward the woods, and Juha in this grass track, he is hard to stop. He's very, very fast in the open stuff, and the riders have found out recently, these tighter, muddier tracks, they seem to have a little bit better time keeping the pace with Juha. So we'll see when we get to the woods what happens. This is a checkpoint. That's why Mullins had to come to a stop there. That's how we make sure all the riders are on the track and accounted for. And just like that, Hawk is taking the lead. I don't know what happened there, but Juha has dropped back to the number 3 position now. So obviously a mistake early in the game for Juha Salminen. We saw this a couple of weeks ago. Juha hopping over these sections. This guy is an unbelievable talent and keeps his feet on the pegs. But we saw a couple of races ago as Paul Whibley comes by in the Honda. Juha would get the lead and make mistakes, and that allowed the guys to stick with him. He's trying to avoid that today. There is Jimmy Jarrett on the Andrew Suzuki, staying in the top 5. Mullins now taking the lead from his teammate, Barry Hawk. Last couple of rounds have been a return to the old school GNCC, where we see guys going back and forth, tussling for the lead all day long. Man, they built up a nice lead on Juha so far, so a very costly mistake early. but he is very fast early in the game, and you figure he might be able to close that gap back in. You hear the KTM people cheering him on as they head toward the Sunday Creek motocross track. Jared in fourth. Here's Nate Canny, the RER Motor City privateer. He is now in the top 5. Here comes Rodney Smith through. Good job, Rodney, returning to the series from injury. He's 6th. 7th is Fred Andrews of the Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki. Paul Whibley, Parts Limited Boost Honda 8th. Glenn Carney, FMF Suzuki is 9th. And Mike Lafferty on the back of the KTM in the number 10 position. But how about it? Lap 1 is in the books. Juha Salmon is in 3rd. That's amazing enough. It's the Yamaha boys going to try to fly and take advantage of this situation. Can they do it? Can the win streak continue? Stay with us. Racer TV and the Outdoor Life Network brought to you by Suzuki, ITP, Rocky Mountain, Yamaha, Moose, and Polaris. And look at this. Battle is on for the lead on the motocross track. You can see all 3 of the top riders out here. There's Hawk. Mega pressure being applied by Mullins, and there's Juha Salmon right behind him. Out front, it's like a Yamaha commercial right now. The 2 riders come side by side. Here it is, Mullins and Hawk. Who's going to break later into this corner? And Mullins is going to take the lead in the inside. Charlie Mullins getting the lead back from the veteran teammate, Barry Hawk. And here comes Juha airing it out right behind them. It's our Yamaha slow motion replay. You betcha. Dancing his way to the inside, hard under braking. Man, he used some energy there. We raced for 3 hours, but they were sprinting on this motocross track like it was the very last mile. Back to racing action here. It is Charlie Mullins, the 20-year-old rookie out of Ohio, in the lead. Mullins has come so close to winning his first GNCC this year, but every time something late in the game has thwarted his progress. Today, he has a golden opportunity. His teammate Barry Hawk is in 2nd, and here comes Juha Salmon in the number 3 position, and Juha has struggled early in this race. Normally, he is long gone at this point in the game, and you see what's making it tough on him. Mullins is on the gas. He's roosting. He's wide open on that Ampro Yamaha, and he's making it work for him. Listen to him wind that thing out. You don't hear 2-strokes very much anymore on the motocross side, but they still run those 252 strokes here in the woods. And they got those bikes singing. The Yamaha's running very well right now. Juha's still on the charge. As we always say, that guy goes a lot faster than he looks. He's so smooth. Kind of the same thing there for Jimmy Jarrett in 4th. Doesn't make many mistakes. It belies how fast he's going. And Mullins is in control right now. He's got to feel good about this. Just winding his way through the field to get into the woods. That's where they had the good luck the last time around. Juha was leading them into this section of the course. But when they got into the tight stuff, he made an error, and ever since then it has been Yamaha's 1 and 2. Hawk working his way through the grass track section. He is actually trying to build a grass track, I believe, at his house to get a little more experience in. He's got a perfect model of a GNCC track in his backyard, and that's where he does a lot of his testing. But he is going to work on building a grass track because they admit in these grassy sections, the European guys like Juha are dominant. Into the woods we go. Charlie Mullins' feet off the pegs. You hear him running low in the RPM here, not spinning tires. Now Hawk was a lot more aggressive through this section than Mullins did. He might be starting to feel it. Arm pump sometimes sets in on the first lap for Hawk, but now he might be getting on his horse. They know Juha's coming. It's definitely a long way from the finish in this one. Jimmy Jarrett is really turning around midway through this season in the number 4 spot. There is Nate Dogg in 5th. Mullins still out front, a lot of fans. And they are thrilled. This youngster is a real nice kid, a real humble one. They're very happy to see him going for his first GNCC win. Barry Hawk might be the most popular rider on this tour. They're cheering for him. And what can you say about the 10-time world champ? The fans love the fact that this guy chose to move from his native Finland to the United States to pursue this championship. They love him too. Battle is on now. That's Dustin Gibson. I believe that's a rider out of the 4-stroke A-class in the hunt as well early in this one. He is hauling out of the A ranks. 10.5 miles into lap number 2. Juha, still a very relaxed pace. I think he believes he will catch these guys. He does not seem to be in full panic mode, and that's often what bites you on this. When you're racing off-road, you cannot ride over your head. The consequences can be very, very dangerous. Juha's just trying to take it easy. Look at this section. Mudbugs, that one bike, they need a kickstand of that one. He just dug himself right in. There's a lot of lines, and in one of them, Barry Hawk has managed to take the lead. And what balance for Hawk in that off-camber. Did not even dab a foot. He's just looking around for lines. You see Mullins dab there. Well, Barry suddenly, as we saw in that previous shot, is getting more aggressive, and it's allowed him to take the lead. I think we've got Danny coming through there. We missed Juha. It's been a tough day so far. Barry Hawk now back into the lead. It has been very, very hard to keep track of this. We're used to seeing orange out front. We do have some orange in our KTM product spotlight.
Hi, this is Jack Penton with the KTM Off-Road team and today's KTM Spotlight. Today we're going to talk about the KTM suspension. We have a very special suspension we call the Progressive Dampening Suspension, or PDS. The KTM PDS suspension allows the rider to adjust to his weight and his riding style, so no matter what size you are or how hard you ride the motorcycle, you have plenty of adjustment. It's also very easy to service and take in and out of the motorcycle, and mated with this is a very special front fork which is adjustable with both dampening and with rebound. These units were specially designed just for off-road riding and are available only on the KTM. Come to the KTM dealer and see it today.
Racer TV brought to you by Suzuki, ITP, Rocky Mountain, Boost, Yamaha, and Polaris. It's been a wild day out here in Ohio. It's not Juha Salminen out front, it's Barry Hawk in the lead. And here comes the next intriguing part of this subplot, pit row. Riders are coming in for gas. Hawk relaxed through there, getting a fresh set of goggles, some gas. He is in complete control of this one. No panic, no alarm over there. And here comes Juha into the KTM pit. So he must have taken over the number 2 position somewhere from Charlie Mullins. And they're gassing him up, giving a little advice. He's got one of the Yamaha guys behind him now. How quickly can they get the gas in that KTM? Let him go after Hawk. He's gone. There is Charlie Mullins now. He has dropped from 1st to 2nd and now 3rd. Can the youngster rebound? Let's go talk to some of these mechanics.
Yeah, on the first lap, Juha went get lost twice, so he was leading, and then he get the wrong trail and get lost a little bit. And then on the first checkpoint, he get lost again, so we lose some valuable time. But hopefully now we can catch the Hawk, and Mullins is now right behind him. So hopefully he can pass Hawk and then pull away. But you never know. It looks like it's going to be a hard race for all those three, so let's hope the best and see what happens.
We just gassed him, and he said he got stuck in a hole back there. He said he got stuck, and that's when Barry got around him, got a little bit of a lead on him. Maybe he can catch back up. He's caught up back up to Juha, so he's doing good.
It'll come down to the last lap, maybe the last pit.
Back out of the racetrack. Guess who's out front? Juha Salminen is now into the lead. There's Barry trying to hold on to him in the number 2 spot. Did not take that long for Juha to get in the lead now as we begin lap number 3, 7 miles into that. Hawk in the number 2 spot, Mullins in 3rd, and look at the style of Juha Salminen working that machine all the way to the top of this very big hill. It's deceptive on TV. This is like climbing a wall. Hawk able to handle it, and here comes Mullins. He's not far back. He is on his horse now, a lot more aggressive than we saw in the last couple of shots. He got stuck, and a lot of times that takes you out of your rhythm and costs you a lot of energy. And Jimmy Jarrett has been really strong all day long in 4th. A bit of a career rebound for a rider who has had a lot of problems over the last 4 or 5 seasons. Here is Hawk and Mullins again. So Mullins has come to the rear wheels. But wait a minute, they're in the lead again. Somehow the Yamaha riders have gotten back out front of Juha Salminen. This has been the case in the last couple of races. Every time we think Juha has got the race by the throat, he loses control of it. So now it's the Yamaha boys onto the motocross track, and this has got to be fun. They are now battling for the lead. They're no longer scratching their, whoa, wait a minute, here comes Juha. He is right behind them. We got a 3-rider fight, and you see Juha trying to go inside, trying to go outside, trying to make moves. Heck, he's trying to pass Mullins under the scoring tent. Juha does not like being behind these guys. Now onto the motocross track, and they're battling for that number 2 spot. Here comes Charlie Mullins trying to go after Juha. So Juha made the pass. Mullins trying to come back after them, and Hawk has been the one out front so far. It has been a topsy-turvy day. All 3 of these guys have had their runs in the number 1 spot. Now through the field, Hawk out front, leading him on this very, very steep downhill. We pick up there is Juha in 2nd. Now we have a report that Mullins has crashed. Well, here it is. We were wondering how long it will go. How long can they go before the pace finally gets to someone? Report is Charlie Mullins leading this thing has crashed and has now dropped back. So it might be back to a 2-rider fight between Hawk and Salminen. We know Charlie Mullins is fast. Can he avoid the mistakes? That was the question. We'll find out if he can come back from this one. Barry Hawk, Juha Salminen, they've been here before. You know they're going to be strong all the way down the stretch. What an awesome race this has turned out to be here at the John Penton GNCC. Well, we found Charlie. He's in third, but the pressure is on. He's got Jimmy Jarrett right behind him, so he has definitely lost a lot of time. Report was the crash very gnarly. He's lucky to be still racing right now. Here is Canny. He has got that Yamaha pin. He's going after that podium position. Let's go to our Rocky Mountain tip of the week.
This week, I'd like to talk about a few different products from Longhorn. We'll start off with the aluminum adjustable triple clamp. This triple clamp is designed to hold a 1 1/8 inch fat bar. It is fully adjustable front to back with alternating heights available. The second product is the Longhorn 7075 T6 aluminum handlebars, shot peened and hard anodized for corrosion resistance. Available in black, blue, gold, red, silver, and this one, gunmetal. And the last product I'd like to cover is a Longhorn quick adjust clutch lever assembly with hot start. This will allow the rider to adjust the clutch lever play on the fly. If he should happen to stall his 4-stroke, the hot start lever is at your thumb. All these products and more available at RockyMountainMC.com.
Racer TV and the Outdoor Life Network. This is a Suzuki special test. A very difficult hill climb. It's muddy, it's rutted out. Juha Salminen leading the way. Suzuki Grand National cross country action from Ohio. There is Charlie Mullins leading this race early. He crashed hard. He's still in the number 3 position. It looks like for the moment he has shaken the 4th place rider, who is Jimmy Jarrett on that Andrew Suzuki. But Jarrett still riding a whole lot better than he has the last couple of years. It has been a breakthrough season for him. Now 10.5 miles in. Hawk, you can see right here in second. He can see Juha. He's not that far back. And if you can see him, you can smell him. If you can smell him, well, it makes it a whole lot easier to catch him. There's Jarrett coming through in 4th. Trying to hunt down Mullins. It would be the first podium in a long, long time for Jimmy Jarrett if he can get up there. Juha, though, continues to maintain the lead. What a long journey it has been for the Finnish 10-time World Enduro champ. White flag is out. Will the win streak continue? This has been the toughest race so far for Juha. Now, Barry Hawk, he is the master of the last lap. He knows the GNCC game well. Does he have anything here in the last lap to try to catch Juha with? Listen to Juha pouring it on to get around this lap traffic. It's the last lap. It's sprint time now. It's been a long road for Juha Salminen to get this lead on the last lap. Will he be able to hold it? Can he keep the streak alive? Hawk is definitely on the gas, trying to put the pressure on. Mullins, recovering from a huge crash, is in 3rd. Juha still out front. Now, the last time he raced in Missouri, Hawk put the pressure on all the way to the final couple of corners, but Juha was able to hold him off. So he's hoping to draw on that confidence. Juha knows he can go fast in the last lap as well. But you see the determination. Hawk just picking his way through a virtual minefield of rocks and roots and ruts, trying to keep the 111 within sight. Mullins tiptoes his way through. He's going to be happy to just be on the podium. Last time through this special test. Juha continuing to roll. Barry Hawk, what kind of fitness does he have? Does he have anything left in the tank to go after our leaders? He's going after our cameraman, I can tell you that. Here is Mullins in the 3rd place spot. A valiant effort for that young man, but one big crash is going to cost him a chance of winning it today. Juha now into the pits for the last time. They're going to give him a splash of gas. Is there time for Barry to catch up? And then there were 2. Lots of guys going fast today in Ohio, but only 2 of them able to stay up front all day long. It's Juha Salminen and Barry Hawk again. Now, normally the Yamaha guys, Mullins and Hawk, they do not pit on the last lap, and they make up time on Juha, who always does. But today, they will take no chances. They pit Barry Hawk on the last lap as well, so he's got to make up time on the track instead of in the pits. Let's see if he can do it. You know he wants it. It's going to be a lucky 7 wins in a row if Juha's able to hold on. But the checkered flag is out, and look, Barry Hawk is in the lead, and he's won it. Juha Salminen has gotten stuck in the last lap. Somewhere out there's a mud hole, and the win streak comes to an end. Barry Hawk has ended the streak. Juha Salminen was unlucky 7 at round 7 of the series today. Charlie Mullins, he was a factor as well, but Barry Hawk is the man of the hour.
Actually, I got the whole shot, and before we got off the motocross track, U-Haul went triple in the whoop section. I just doubled through him, and I was okay with that as long as I could stay with him, and it seemed like I stayed with him for quite a while, and then midway through the first lap, he had pulled away from me, and I was going, and it just seemed like I wasn't seeing any tracks in front of me, and I just kept charging, thinking, I got to catch up to him, and here he had went the wrong way, and I guess me and Mullins had got around him, and I didn't know that, and I just kept charging, and Mullins was right there with me, and then I actually pulled over and let Mullins go because I started to get a little bit tight, and I wanted him to go, he could maybe set a better pace, and he was riding really good, and it just seemed like it was back and forth. Those guys would get stuck in the mud, and I would go right around them, and honestly, I don't think I was the fastest guy today. U-Haul was probably faster, and Mullins was faster, but I think I was smarter in the end, and a day like this with a lot of ruts, a lot of mud holes out there, it pays to be fast, but it pays to be smart.
Well, that's it. Barry Hawk, it does pay off. Once again, he is the only GNCC racer with an answer for Juha Salminen. And we'll see if this win here is able to tighten up the competition even more. Let's turn it back to Rachel and Rodney.
Wow, what a day, Rodney.
Yeah, definitely. It sure didn't rain today, but that track was sure technical. It was muddy. Had a lot of tricky positions out there.
Barry won. That is the big news here today.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. If it was going to be a muddy course and technical like it was, could Barry and could Mullins stay up with Juha and chase him like he has the last couple of races? It showed that he could.
Well, with Juha having such a large points lead, it looks like that won't be affected. The only thing that's affected today was his pride. Thank you for watching Racer TV, and we'll see you next week.
The Grand National Cross Country Championship is sanctioned by the American Motorcyclist Association. Rights, Riding, Racing. AMA. Join now.